Tony Schiavone got interrupted many times tonight with his interviews that were scheduled, and this was another one. Sting came out briefly to cut a promo, and then one of our top favorites, Lance Archer, interrupts him, and like you tweeted, some heroes are going to need to be sacrificed, and if you're in the Murderhawks, path, you might be on the chopping block, whether you're an icon named Sting or whoever it may be. If you're on a mission, he's coming for you. So this was a great way to throw the Murderhawk monster on the show. Where this goes from, this tells me that, learning from this show and maybe this aspect of Archer, that the Team Taz book is closed on Sting and Darby, because we didn't see any interference or anything in his match, or Team Taz even show up tonight. So I hope so, just to kind of, reignite some new stuff. But where they go from this, I don't know. There's just kind of like an interesting, I did not expect the Murderhawk to interrupt Sting. And I don't know, where do you think they go from this?
Well, yeah, Brett, man, because I know like he's been trending as a babyface since the calendar turned over to 2021, right? And so we as fans, this was just kind of a shocker, because when you target an icon like Sting, especially after such an incredible like battle that he had at the pay-per-view, there's kind of that like, wow, all right, like Lance is not the babyface that I was expecting him to be, right? And I think that's important. I think that's in line with Lance's character. I think a lot of people, are quick to say, well, if he's not a good guy, then he has to be a bad guy. And if he's not a bad guy, then he has to be a good guy. But Lance himself prides himself on being duality personified. He says it himself. And so I think that, like, I've had some, we wish we could talk to Lance. We really want to one day. It's on our bucket list. But on Twitter, he does some Q&As. And I asked him one time when it was looking like he was going to side with Death Triangle during that feud with Kingston and his family, are you going to become a part of this group? He made it very, very clear he's a lone wolf. And when a wolf is hungry, it doesn't care if he's going to kill a little baby rabbit. He doesn't care if it's a beautiful, cute little deer. He does not care. He's focused, he's hungry, and he's on a mission, and he's going to feast. And this guy, I mean, I'm telling you, Lance doesn't care who you are, how popular you are, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy. Lance doesn't care if you're in his way, and if you're stopping him from reaching the pinnacle of success and kind of the milestones that he sees for his career. You're going to be another body. Everybody dies. So I think that this would be an incredible way for him to reestablish himself as a heel. We've heard, again, just listening to stuff like you guys out there, but we've heard Tony talk about, with the way the Dark Order has now transitioned into all baby faces and everything like that.
Yep.
How important it is for him to find some really iconic, bankable bad guys. And with Moxley and Kingston, now Kingston sort of turning into that sort of underdog baby face, all the more reason that the Murderhawk can go after the Stinger. And, we saw some moments where, Brian Cage with that power bomb, that emphatic power bomb on Sting. We saw some moments where, like, okay, like Sting can take some punishment. Can you imagine if Lance gets his hands on Sting and gives him one of those choke slams that I know you love, when Lance can get a guy 10 feet into the air? I mean, the visual that Lance would of Lance choke slamming the Stinger, that's going to immediately get people to turn on Lance again and say, oh man, he's booing the heck out of the Murderhawk. So I think that's in the cards. Certainly am intrigued by where this is going to go.
I think the more we're talking about it is that this is just going to be a stepping stone to ultimately Darby and the TNT Championship. So then you could put the TNT Championship on them. But we can break that part down, Friday Night Flights and Fights more about it. But I think it's just he's using Sting as a doormat to Darby, then ultimately put Darby in his place and grab the gold. So
I got you. So you think that he's going to go after the Stinger, kind of put Sting in peril and hurt Sting, just to goad Darby and kind of give me what I want. Give me a championship opportunity. I think that could be obviously that's a great idea. I mean, you dangle that prey and show him that he's got Sting right where he wants him, and you push Darby to give him that title shot. That's very smart.
Yeah.